Hi, my name is Matthew Koren, and I'm a 2020 graduate from Grand Ledge High School. I am here today to talk about how my faith has changed over the years. I grew up Catholic. I went to St. Gerard for 9 years, and then I went to Grand Ledge for all of high school. I knew switching to a public school that I wanted to find a way to stay connected with my faith. The summer after my 8th grade year, I had to go on a retreat in order to get confirmed. This retreat was the start of my journey to exploring my faith in a new way that I had never done before. I noticed that the teens who were leading the retreat were excited about their faith and that something was very different about them. I knew that one day I wanted to be like them and to be excited about my faith also. I had always just gone through the motions and done all of the things that a Catholic was supposed to do. I went to church and I prayed often, but I was nowhere near where I wanted to be. Throughout my high school years, I was very active in the youth group here at St. Gerard. I went on countless retreats, conferences, mission trips, and different youth nights. I've been to the National Catholic Youth Conference in Indianapolis twice, a conference at Franciscan University in Steubenville, Ohio. I've been to Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Jackson, Michigan on mission trips. Not only did I get to travel to places that I've never been before, it was on these trips that I had the most amazing experiences with God that I will never forget. It's hard to find the right words to explain these encounters, but that is how I know that it was God speaking directly to me. As many teenagers, I faced challenges that at the time seemed impossible to overcome throughout high school. These were obstacles that I struggled with for a long time and always tried to figure out on my own. I remember sitting at these conferences, listening to the guest speakers say things that felt like they were directly at me and exactly what I needed to hear at the time. I know that does not sound very extreme, but I also know that it was God's way of speaking to me individually. At other times, specifically during adoration on these trips, I was praying to God about whatever it was I was going through at the time, and I felt the most amazing sense of relief and peace. It was God's way of telling me that I was not alone and that He was always with me. My faith quickly became something that I loved, but I knew there were more layers to God's love that I had not seen and I wanted to explore. I remember we had a youth night where the topic was surrendering to God. This has always been tough for me. I am someone who likes to plan where I would like my life to go, and I freak out when something pops up that I did not expect. That youth night on surrendering was definitely a game changer for me and also a sign of how much my faith has changed. I have learned that I can plan out my life as much as I want to, but God already has the greatest plan for my life. It is scary to not know what the plan is, but I have realized that it is okay to not know. My relationship with the Lord is something that will always be growing. There were times where I thought I was as close to God as I was ever going to be, but there is no limit. I used to be scared of the future, but trusting in God has made me excited to tackle whatever I face in the future. I know He will be with me every step of the way. I know that I am going to do incredible things in the future. I know that God is going to reveal Himself in the most marvelous ways possible that I can never predict. I am going to strive to reach that point of ultimate surrender where I trust Him with everything. I would not have said this 4 years ago. I know that the experiences I have had are just scratches on the surface of what God can do for me.